I'm Tish Elizalde, an artist in residence with Amy Howard at Home. And in Savannah, Georgia, I have a project tonight. We are going to take this tile, very cheap, inexpensive tile, and turn it into a really rich slate. And you cannot see the blue in this, I can tell on the video, but this is a very rich, deep blue slate-like finish. I'm very happy with it. I hope that it translates well for you guys. My inspiration for this, I know you've already seen the pictures, but you couldn't hear me speak, is from Sheffield Interior. She's a designer out of Massachusetts. You can follow her on Instagram. Her thread is awesome. She had a little mud room with those terracotta tiles, and she used blue chalk paint to create that matte finish which resembled slate. So that's what gave me the inspiration to do this. This is what I want to show you, her final product. This is her final product. Please take a look at her on Instagram. It's so cute. Her husband is a photographer. She has great art. She's very inspiring. This is my bathroom and what I had to work with. I'm talking quickly because I wasted time. This is what I had to work with. Old, outdated tile. And this bathroom space is similar to her mudroom. It's where people come in, go to the playroom. We come in from the garage. It's well used, and it was time for a refresh. Oh, okay. Can y'all hear me? Yay. Hey, Patricia. I'm so happy. Thank you for being patient. So let's get started. This is a very inexpensive tile left over from an old project. And again, we're going to make it look like this. To get started, for the sake of time, I have already painted these little samples, these tiles, in Amy Howard's American Dream. I painted my entire floor. That's my base coat. That's my primer. After I cleaned thoroughly, and y'all didn't hear, I was on mute, I guess, didn't hear how important it is to clean, especially when you're doing a floor. I actually even did some sanding just so there would be some tooth, and if you're questioning, prime it and then paint it. But I was comfortable that these products adhere, they hold up well, and I'm fine with it, and it looks really good. So anyway, again, this was my base coat, American Dream. We're going to do 3 different samples. Okay, so let me lower this, and hopefully you can see. Okay, it's painted in the American Dream. And this is the fun part. I got to create my own color. I took a little bit of the One Step Noir. I've already put it in a cup. So y'all missed all of this. I put it in a cup, and I also and that's my little Basset Hound drinking water, excuse us. That's the American Dream in this other cup, and I'm going to create my own color to start establishing that slate finish. So we did a dab of the Noir, a dab of the American Dream, and I'm going to dry brush. So I'm going to come over here and dab it off as much as I can. Okay, and I'd like a little more black. So, okay, here we go. And just start stippling. Okay, and I like to go around the edges, kind of, follow around down here. Just start working it in. Okay, and I'm going to dab a little. Actually, I'm going to just come over here where I had dabbed off my paint. I'm going to pick a little bit up. Start tapping it on top of when I mixed the American Dream and the black, it kind of created an interesting, almost a navy. So here we go. Tapping it in. Okay. I'm going to pick up a little more black here. Tapping it in. And typically when you are building on color, you will start with the dark first. But with this, I wanted to have that that blue slate, you know, and so I wanted just a little bit of the blue peeping through and having all of this kind of navy and black on top, and the blue is just kind of peeking through. So here we go. You just dab until you're happy. So again, I'm using the dry brush American Dream and Noir mixed together, dabbing it off. Okay, so that is sample 1. Now sample number 2, because no two stones are alike, correct? Natural stone, no two stones are alike. So the second pattern I created, I took a sponge. You dip your sponge in here, wet it, wring it out, and then I'm going to dab it in the black, dab it just a tad bit in the blue. Oops, got a lot in there. And then I'm going to scrape it off over here on my cardboard and then start sponging this on. Which, you know, the pattern is not that much different than stippling with the brush, but just slightly, just like the stone is all, they're all slightly different. You can almost not pinpoint exactly what the difference is. They're just different. So again, I'm trying to cover most of the blue, just have a little bit seeping through. And I really, the sponge was my favorite on the floor. I really liked that. So that's sample 2. Okay. And sample 3, I'm going to take the brush that I used just a moment ago with the black and the blue. I'm going to dip it again in the black, dip it a little bit in the blue, shake it off, and then dip it in this glaze over here. So I have a spoonful of glaze mixed with a spoonful of water. And here we go. And I think this is a little too runny, but that's okay. I'm going to basically cover the whole thing in that. Okay. In order to offset this, I'm going to take a newspaper, an old Wall Street Journal. You know, you collect those and don't read them and they sit on the side. So here we go. Just press it down, absorb some of that. Here we go. So I really like that one. I'm going to take a little black and kind of move it around a little. Yeah, here we go. Move it around. I really love blue slate. Okay, so that is sample 3. And again, and I'm glad I did this, for the sake of time, this one's already dry. And this is one that I did with just the brush and the 2 colors. So what we're gonna do now, okay, let me stop for a second and explain something. Since I did a bathroom floor, my next step, I used the matte sealer. And I covered the whole floor twice. I let it dry about 2 or 3 hours in between each coat, but I let it, after, doing those 3 patterns, let those dry, then I applied the matte sealer because it's a floor. And, but when I see these tiles, I think about how wonderful, all the wonderful things you could do, with the subway tile with the slate. It could be a beautiful black backsplash on a bar. So what I want to do with these, so we're finished with the floor. Okay, we did those 3 patterns, they dried. I applied the matte sealer and I'm tickled to death with it. The only thing I'm going to do is go back and create a grout line, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But for these little guys, I just think what a cozy bar this would be to have, slate tile and wood. I think it would be beautiful. So the next step would be, after, the pattern creating, let it dry, and we will move on to our waxing. Okay. Let's see. Like Amy always says, you dip it in here and then you offload. And I am going to use this box right here just to get the excess off. Okay. And apply. And when you apply the wax, it creates, I don't know, an even more depth to the tile. The little ridges that were already in there. So very pretty. A little bit more. Okay. So there we go. And we are going to move right into our Dust of Ages. Normally I would say, and Amy would say, let it come to tack, but on this, I'm going to move right on. I'm just going to pour a little on here. Hopefully you can see, yep. And I'm going to actually rub it in with my hands. That's what we have. Dust it off with the brush. And then I'm going to take this lint-free rag and kind of buff it. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. There you go. So pretty. So just imagine, again, I use the slate finish on a floor, but if you have little inexpensive tiles like this, you can make a beautiful bar, like up against natural wood like that. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, so you're getting a 2-for-1 tonight. Yeah. You can go with the matte sealer and call it a day. Or if you want to make something for a bar, a backsplash, go on with the wax and the dust of ages, and it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, well, I so appreciate y'all being with me tonight and for being patient as we kind of struggled through the first few minutes of the video. But let's go ahead and I'll show you my bathroom reveal. And again, hey Jamie, hey Patricia, Linda, thank you so much for watching. But let's head on over to my bathroom. And I hope y'all were able to learn a little bit tonight. It's so fun. Oh, sorry, Molly. Okay, so this is the bathroom. And you saw what it was before, and I don't think you're going to be able to appreciate the beauty of my floor. The camera's just not going to allow that. I'll put something on Instagram tomorrow and hopefully I can get a better shot. But I'm so happy with the way it turned out. Again, I'm going to work on my grout lines because I would like for it to look more natural, not just like a painted floor. I like the slate look, and a slate floor needs grout lines. So I'm going to work on that. But I think it turned out very, very well. And I may be doing another floor soon. So this was great practice and great products to work with. So I hope you'll give it a try. And again, thanks for joining, and y'all have a great weekend. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.